Hello friends, welcome to my shop where I share great ideas. I shared a great idea a little while back on how to make the Longworth chuck. Followed very detailed instructions so anybody that wanted to build one could make one. But I gave some information on there that wasn't, I don't think was the best idea, because I had a little accident with the one that I had made. So this is just a video to tell you what you should not do, even though I said before this is what you should do. So what happened with my chuck is I would put a bowl on here and then I had to round out the dovetail on the back. I was just trying to think why I was doing that. Oh, I know what it was. I had made bowls and of course made them heavy, and then they shrink, so it gets oval, and then your chuck doesn't go onto the dovetail firmly like it's supposed to. So I put it on here and was going to lay the dovetail, round it back out before I went to lay the bowl. And of course the bowl is oval, so it's only holding on, say, half of the little stoppers there, which is okay. But I had the tail stock up against it. Whenever you're doing any actually cutting with one of these chucks, make sure that you have your tail stock holding it firmly against there. Otherwise it'll start to vibrate and can come off. But I had it all done, and I checked it for fit on the dovetail, and it just needed just a little bit off. And I went and used the scraper on there without the tailstock holding it, and all of a sudden everything disappeared. The bowl was gone, the chuck was gone, everything was gone. And of course, lucky I was standing in front of it, so all the pieces went all over the shop. Blew the whole thing all to pieces. The only part that was left was the hub at the back. And so you don't want that to happen to you. And if you've made one, just be careful with it, and use your tail stock whenever you're doing something that could cause an accident. So what I'm recommending is use plywood. So the new one that I made, I used a plywood on the back here. It was again scrap from the cabinet shop. It just happened to be oak veneer, but it had about 8 plies here, so it was good quality plywood. And then I had to rebuild the whole thing. The plywood won't explode like the MDF will. I had said use MDF because the router can cut the slots through it quite easily, but it was very rigid, high density, and actually quite brittle. So when the bowl caught on the scraper there, it caused it to fracture. Because you can see these things here, they're all cut. There's not a lot of wood or holding between the thing there. And that's one of the reasons why these only go so far. If you went down to the same distance this is, it'd be super thin here and could be more dangerous. But if you use this carefully, not dangerous at all. And I find them really works well. It took me I lost two of the pieces here. Couldn't find them anywhere in the shop. I finally found the last one on the other side of the shop underneath the toolbox. So it was I didn't get hurt or anything like that, but yeah, use the correct materials. Don't use MDF for both sides. I use the MDF on the front here, but it's held with the back here, and I'm going to be a little bit more careful there. So If you've watched the other video and consider making one, I know I've said use MDF, but hopefully you've gone to this video and you can be cautioned to use a plywood on the back side where it's driven by the lathe there. So I'm really happy with it. I'm glad I built it. It holds any size bowl that I want there. I have my lathe is about 26-inch swing, but I only had around a 20-inch piece of wood when I did it, a scrap, and that's actually, I figured it'd almost hold a wash tub. It's so big. Normally you'd use it a lot smaller. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope this update to that video is helpful to you. So subscribe for more ideas. If I find something wrong, I'll correct it shortly thereafter.